Alright YouTube, today I want to do a quick and easy little tutorial on how to change the transmission fluid in an R154 for the simple matter of the fact that I haven't seen anyone actually show a video how to do it, and it probably would be a little bit of help for anyone trying to do the swap or trying to do maintenance on the R154 for a swap or whatever the hell's going on. So I'm already kind of halfway through the process, but I mean, I'm just going to show you guys the whole thing anyway from start to finish. So we're already underneath the transmission or underneath the car. What you need to pay attention to, don't pay attention to this little fluid dripping. It's just kind of shit that got left behind. But you need to drain the fluid, which is right here, on the passenger side of the transmission towards the bottom. Easy enough to get to. It's a 24 mil. Crack that bitch open, pours out whatever the transmission has in it, you're done. Put it back in, quick and easy, okay? That part's not any difficult whatsoever. So, the more difficult part is getting up here. So the fill plug is on the driver's side of the transmission towards the tail end of the transmission. So here's like the very top where the shifter is. There's a little plug right here. Now normally it's easier just go through the straight. It's normally easier just to go straight through the top of the transmission. There's 6 bolts in the top where the shifter housing actually is. You can pour it directly into there. It makes no difference. But in my case, I can't get to it since the car's already in the transmission's already in the car. There's a bolt right here where my current little finger is, where this little tube is. It's also a 24 mil, but significantly more difficult to get to. You're not gonna be able to get a ratchet into it. What I had to use was this. You see? Oh, all you guys see is my face. My bad. Is this right here? I had to use this. This was the only way I was able to get into where I needed to go. It's a decent size. This is my hand. I don't have large hands. I don't have small hands by any means either. So you'll get a little crafty with that. For the fluid I'm using today is this Royal Purple Max Gear 75 W90. So I know normally people use Redline, which is you can't buy that at O'Reilly's or AutoZone, so I'm using this shit instead. It's the same actual like weight and whatever that 90 number is. I forget what that means. It's exactly the same. It just has extra stuff so you can put this in the diff. But from what I've heard, it makes no difference whatsoever. Reading on it, so I'm just gonna use this shit while we're doing that. Something that's absolutely needed though is one of these little kits that it's like literally all it is. It just puts like a little soap dispenser end on the actual oil. That way you can pump it. It's already empty, so that's why it's not really pumping shit right now. But that way you can route this all the way up to the transmission into the fill hole, and this goes down like that. So this one's already empty, so I'm gonna go ahead put it on another one so you guys can see how it actually works. So as you can tell right here, oh shit, I almost dropped it right now. I just took the lid off, punctured the hole in the lid, and you just slide this shit down. Oh, why isn't it going down? There. And you just screw it on nice and tight. Okay, so here, I'm gonna need 2 hands for this, so give me a second. Okay, so there it is, threaded on. You can literally just tighten it down like you're putting a soap dispenser thing on it. And you go ahead and give it a few pumps. And there it goes. There goes the magic liquid into the trans as it elevates it. Oh god. The one thing I have learned is that this is not a very pleasant process to do, especially underneath the trans. The higher you can get your car in the air, the easier it is. Worth noting, an R154 takes a little over 3 quarts of fluid. But one thing that's a perk is that if you are using the side little filler cap thing, the transmission designed that once it gets over its amount of transmission fluid, it literally starts pouring out the side. So you literally just fill it up until it just won't take any more. And that's only if you're pumping it through the side. If you're pumping it through the top or like just pouring it in through the shifter hole, you need to actually measure it out. And I believe it's like 3 1/4 or just over 3 quarts or 3 ones of these things. But yeah, this is not the easiest. It's easier to get like 2 hands and just like pump it up like that. And that way you can just press it down. And this is really it. So for those of you guys wondering how to change your fluid in R154, or if you guys are thinking about doing it or wondering how it's done, there you go. I'm sorry this wasn't very well thought out. I just kind of was doing this. So I was like, you know what? Someone out there in the world probably wants to know how it's done. And this is how it's done. There's not much more to it. If you want to put any like additive with the transmission, you don't have to. Again, most people use Redline. I'm using Royal Purple because that's simply what you can get at the local AutoZone. I didn't want to wait to have it shipped out. 24 mil bolts, top and bottom. The only 2 ones you're going to need. You need one of these drain things. Also, this is actually one from a boat, because they have 2 identical kits. One's for cars, one's for a boat. The only difference is that the one for a boat has a longer one of these tubes, and it has a longer little cartridge or little like stem that goes down into the container. So I got the boat one because it's literally the exact same. You just get more material, so it'd make it way easier, especially since, like, as you can tell, I'm not struggling whatsoever to put this in. Like, other than pumping up and down, but, like, the little cable thing is plenty long enough to get into the trans. I just have it routed in there, and it's just a matter of me pumping it up and down. So, yeah, I'd recommend get the one you can have with the longest little rope thingy and longest little tube. My case was a boat one. I can't think of anything else to add to this, so, oh, my shoulder hurts already. So, yeah, that's actually it for today. If you guys liked the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Sorry it wasn't very well thought out. It's very much just a last minute thing just to show whoever on the internet wants to see this. And this is probably taking way too long at this point. So, yeah, follow along with the channel. Follow along with the GS300 build. I love your face. That's Philip DeFranco line. Probably shouldn't say that. But, if you're paying attention to the videos, I really appreciate it. Oh, my shoulder hurts. Other than that, stay safe. Don't die. Deuces. I appreciate it.